Alright, so you're building your own van and you want to build your own kitchen. Some people say it's super easy to just build their own kitchen frames, kitchen drawers, cabinet doors and yada yada. But we all know what some of these homemade kitchen looks like.
That's not nice!
And in my opinion, IKEA is the absolute best option you can use for your van. As it's sturdy, it has a nice finish, it won't take an eternity to finish, and it's quite affordable if you choose the right parts. And yes, we made a full kitchen fit with drawers, cupboards, pantry, induction cooktop and all that in a medium wheelbase van, and that for under $1,000. Let me break down how we did it, the benefits of IKEA and what it all costed us. And of course, all the products that I do mention is linked below. Let's go! We went with IKEA Method frames, as they are the cheapest IKEA option, and it comes in two depths, 37 centimeters and 60 centimeters. So to figure out what the best option for our van, for our medium size van, for our medium wheel size fan. So to figure out what the best option was for our medium wheelbase van,
nice.
We started by drawing up what floor space we had available to build on. We knew that we had to have the shower and the fridge on the left side of the van, and that we wanted to have mostly drawers, a large pantry and one normal cabinet door under the sink. The 37 centimeter deep frames were used towards the sliding door, as we wanted to have enough space to move around freely between the kitchen and the shower. We had 100 centimeters available to use here, so we got one frame that was 60 centimeters on the left and another frame that was 40 centimeters on the right. To raise the frames from the floor, we installed them on a 45mm battens which we fastened to the subfloor instead of using the normal legs from IKEA. 3 drawers were installed on the left hand side for everything cooking, like cutlery, cooking utensils, plate, bowls, pots and pans, you name it. The induction cooktop was also placed on this side. On the right hand side we installed our sink and a cabinet door. The sink fitted perfectly into the 40 centimeter wide frame, and even though the sink is small, it's been sufficient for us. In the cupboard underneath the sink we kept all the trash, the recycling, dish soap and so on. Very handy to have your trash hanging off the cabinet door as well. Thanks IKEA. We used a 60 centimeter deep frame as a pantry. The pantry was installed under the bed by modifying IKEA frame to fit just underneath the bed beams. And we fitted 3 of IKEA's threaded basket utrusta inside, as they are lightweight and cheap. It also makes your pantry feel bigger by not having the pantry in individual drawers, and it also saves on weight. Having a 60 centimeter deep pantry was an amazing decision, as we could fit so much food in there. The fridge and fridge bench top were installed without an IKEA frame. We instead built a simple frame out of wood which the bench top could sit on. An old IKEA tabletop was used on the right hand side of the fridge to give it the same black look as the rest of the kitchen, and in which a hole was cut to give the fridge ventilation. We finished off with a thinner bench top made out of pine wood, though only 1.8 centimeters thick. Going with a thinner bench top and it being pine wood was given to save both money and weight compared to oak or something like that. We also did extend the bench top towards the sliding door, just to remove the gap between the sliding door and the bench top, and to give ourselves more space to work on when cooking. The induction cooktop was bought off IKEA, as it was the cheapest option available, and the tap and sink were both bought off Amazon. Lastly, we had a little wall.
We're gonna build the wall
Towards the bedside to avoid water to spill into the bed, and also a flip-up bench top on the left side at the edge of the kitchen. This is great when cooking because it gives you even more space to work on, and this is something I highly recommend to do. There are 2 downsides I see with an IKEA kitchen. First off, the weight. If you build your kitchen from scratch, you can of course make it lighter if you know how to build well. And secondly, IKEA frames are made of pressed chipboard, and chipboard might absorb water and become porous if it comes in contact with water for too long, With that said, it's still a kitchen, so the water resistance is still good. On the other hand, the upside to choosing an IKEA kitchen is weighing more than the downsides. It's easy to build, it only took us a few days to finish the whole kitchen. It's sturdy, and a tip is to wood glue the frames as well. Since we're gonna have an IKEA kitchen in a car, in a van, we want to glue everything together. It's just gonna make the kitchen last longer and squeak less over time. The drawers have soft closing. If something breaks, it's easily replaceable. It has a nice finish, even the cheaper fronts that we picked. All drawer inserts from IKEA fits. And lastly, it's quite cost effective. If you compare it to what it would cost to build your kitchen out of scratch with the same finish and functionalities. Though I guess you can get away a little bit cheaper if you know what you're doing. And if you have all the tools, have them in mind. Let's break down what our kitchen costed us. We bought 3 kitchen frames, though we chose the black option even though they were slightly more expensive, and they were $160. The 3 drawers with soft closing rails were $200. The pantry trays were $60. All drawers and cupboard fronts were $185. The induction cooktop was $100. The tap were $65, the sink were $120, and the folding brackets for the flip-up bench top was $20, though these were not from IKEA instead of Amazon. And finally, the bench top, which were $60 from the local hardware store. That's a total of $970 for the whole kitchen. Though the fridge is excluded from the total, but if we were to add this in, it's an additional $680. I highly recommend this fridge, by the way, though. It's 116 liters, it has a freezer compartment, and you can store food for days, meaning you can be off-grid for longer. What do you think? Will you install an IKEA kitchen in your van, or would you build your own kitchen from scratch? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see how we built our indoor shower and bathroom in a small van, check this video right here, somewhere on the screen. See ya!